And we're back. So we just had the first two matches, and we have this big last match here, and then after this match, we'll be going into the semis and then the finals.
Well, we have two matches going at the same time. We'll see one of them in the casting room. The other one is going on simultaneously.
That's true. Yeah, so each of these matches that we've had so far, while you've been watching one here on Twitch, the other however many matches have been going on in the regular game room. And those have been going very well, and those have also, that's some of the interviews. We have some brackets here that we'll be looking at in a minute to show how the match has gone so far.
We've got them up here.
And you can actually see the brackets here, where we can see that the Rose Guard and something cheesy. But let's go ahead and for now go to drafting. We've already started the drafting, so let's see what they're choosing so far.
What we have in the room is rock, paper, SCA, and something cheesy. Looks like they are already choosing characters. Baron Blade. Baron Blade has been MVP of the games out here today. He's done so much damage. I've looked at almost every game has had Baron Blade in it, and he's killed a lot of people.
That's true. The last, that's also true of Baron Blade. The last match that we watched here on the stream, in fact, didn't have Baron Blade.
It was one of the only ones.
It was one of the few that didn't, and that's why, like the interview that we did in the interim there, we got to see somebody who had a really successful day with Baron Blade. So I'm looking to see what he shows up with in this match.
And it looks like we've already got Absolute Zero, Baron Blade on rock, paper, SCA, and Bunker and Citizen Dawn for something cheesy.
That's true. And now we had something cheesy in this very room. They were the first match that we watched today here on the Twitch, and they, I believe, had Bunker and Citizen Dawn.
And Beacon. We haven't seen Beacon yet today in the room.
That's true. Beacon is a newcomer to the room, so I'm curious to see what the last pick for Rock, Paper, SCA is going to be.
I think Jenny has played Beacon quite a few times before, so she can't choose Beacon this time.
Yeah, that's true. The player Jenny from Rock Player SCA, Beacon is her standby character, I think, from what I was hearing about earlier. So yep, Baron Blade, Ambuscade, and Absolute Zero, Bunker, Citizen Dawn, Beacon. This is a good mix of things we've seen before, things we haven't seen before, and a combination we certainly haven't seen before. So, all right, so now that we've done the draft, they're going to be picking their cards. Now that while they take their time to get their powers and their cards and stuff, let's go ahead and go back to the brackets so we can take a look at how those look from the tournament up to this point. From the first round, we see that we had Sons of Thunder and Out of Nowhere won that one. Rock, Paper, SCA, and the Mighty Morphin Chrono Rangers, and the Chrono Rangers won that one. Rose Guard is Something Cheesy is the match we won that Something Cheesy just barely snuck that win by. And then Gate Crashers and Happy to Be Here, and Gate Crashers is the one that won that. Moving on from there, we're still in the primary tournament bracket, please. The primary tournament bracket, we're staying in there. The Out of Nowhere and Mighty Morphin Chrono Rangers, the Chrono Rangers have gone on. And so because Mighty Morphin Chrono Rangers have done 2 matches and not been defeated once, they are in the running for the semifinal round. Same thing with Gate Crashers. Gate Crashers have played 2 matches and won both of them, so they are also in the running for the final round. Neither one of them is going into the semifinals with any defeats on their records, and so at this point they're actually just both sitting out of this match. They are hanging around watching the other games because they are for sure into the semifinals.
And what we're actually watching now is one of the games from the secondary bracket. If we could bring that
so let's pull up the secondary bracket, and so we see that the first round of the secondary bracket was, and these are all teams that have each had 1 loss but are still in the match because it's a double elimination tournament. Sons of Thunder played Rock, Paper, SCA, and Rock, Paper, SCA won, so Sons of Thunder was eliminated at that point. And Rose Guard and Happy to Be Here played, and Happy to Be Here, in fact, won that one. So Rose Guard was the other team that we saw in that first match against Something Cheesy, and they had 2 very good games today, but unfortunately just due to the matchups and the dice, we lost that one. So looking at what we're playing right now is Rock, Paper, SCA and Something Cheesy in the one. That's the draft we just watched. And the other one is Happy to Be Here and Out of Nowhere. Out of Nowhere, we've seen it here. They're the ones that actually we just watched play that defensive game. And Happy to Be Here, we haven't seen yet, but I imagine we might have a chance of seeing them. We'll see. We'll see how those go. But those are the 2 that we're playing right now. And one of the 2 of each of those teams will proceed on to the semi-final round here, which is the next round, the next match that we'll be seeing. But first, we have to play this match with Something Cheesy and Rock, Paper, SCA. We're watching them doing their setup now. They're placing their characters. Looks like they're picking out their power cards. At this point, they have a bit of experience with these characters here today, and I assume a bit more clocking into it. They certainly seem to know their characters pretty well.
And all the games have been played on the same map, so they're very experienced with the map as well. Maybe they know where they want to be and then what strategies they want to work out there. Yeah,
I'm excited to see if anybody actually gets the Volcano in play. Also, the thing that's interesting, I'd like to see Omnitron come into play in one of these, because Omnitron has a good amount of moving where he can move opponents around and perhaps throw some people in a volcano. But in this match, we've got as many villains as we have heroes on the table, and it looks like they're ready to do some interesting things.
Yeah, they're making their choices on their powers now. Looks like we have quite a few of them chosen. And I am glad to see Baron Blade here. In some of the games that were played out in the room, Baron Blade had all 3 kills on one team, 2 kills on another team. I mean, he's just been devastating the boards here today.
Yeah, that's good. So I'd like to see if this Baron Blade plays true to form or if we got something else. Okay, so it looks like they're all placed in their positions. They're picking their powers. So let's go ahead and talk about what those various things look like at this point.
We've got Ambuscade again with all of those traps, and Citizen Dawn with all of the citizens, so we'll probably see them come out. So it looks like Ambuscade is trying to choose which powers to do. We won't quite see those yet. And there they are going to flip over any time now. Looks like Rock, Paper, SCA is trying to make some choices here. They're trying to strategize a little bit, which is good to see. We've got some citizens out for Citizen Dawn already.
Oh, she's already placed her citizen out, so we know what card she's picking it. They're jumping right to the gun on that.
There looks like they're rolling for movement as well, so we are pretty close to getting started here.
Okay, so I do it at the end of my turn.
All right, Citizen Dawn.
Short arm.
That's right.
5. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
When does the second thing take effect?
So it looks like we got rules that we're getting clarified here in the room.
Which is at the end of the turn.
6.
All right. So while we're there waiting, we can look at their power cards because I have it up here.
Okay.
And so Baron Blade is using Displacing Teleporter and Maniacal Gloating. Maniacal Gloating is a power that lets him knock somebody out that has 1 hit point just for free. Ambuscade's still picking her powers. Oh no, she's got them there. So we get those up there. Absolute Zero is using Impaling Structure and Thermal Shockwave. So we're going to see more of those Impaling Structure tokens come into play. Beacon's got Fortitude, which is a defensive, and Kriau, which is offensive. Citizen Dawn has got her Return at the Dawn, and Bunker has his Grenade Launcher. So that looks to be our setup, and we're in good shape for that. So
And I'm not sure who's got the first turn, although it looks like it might be Baron Blade.
yeah, the first turn is Baron Blade, and it is Baron Blade's turn now. So we should be seeing that come up on the screen and moving right along.
There we go. Okay, Baron Blade will be going first, followed by Bunker, then back to Ambuscade, Citizen Dawn, followed up by Absolute Zero and Beacon in the end.
I'm going to be a nitpicker here and pick some nits. It's Ambuscade, not Ambuscade.
Say it again?
Ambuscade.
Ambuscade.
Yep.
Okay. Emphasis on the first, second
Well, and
syllable.
specifically not a bu, but a b sound. It's not ambuscade, it's ambuscade.
Ambuscade. Wow, you really are a nitpicker.
I am really a nitpicker.
How many nits have you found today?
Thousands.
Thousands of
Thousands,
nits.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I like to
No,
educate
and that's
people.
fine. I really like knowing how other people have opinions about how I say things. So it looks like Baron Blade is trying to strategize who he wants to target first. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see some attacks, some incapacitations. I think Baron Blade can deliver.
Right. So interestingly, Baron Blade has been a powerhouse up to this point because he has the ability to take advantage of opponents building up tokens.
Wow, and that is why he has moved all the way across the board here.
Yep. He used his Displacing Teleporter. There we go. Displacing Teleporter was his first action, which put him all the way over there. And now he's considering what his next action will be. But yeah, so anyway, Baron Blade gets a lot of his power from taking advantage of his opponent's tokens. But with the team of Beacon, Citizen Dawn, and Bunker, sure, Bunker builds up tokens, but Beacon and Citizen Dawn don't have specific token generation. So I would be interested to see. I would not be surprised if we don't see a Devious Disruptor get fired off this game, which has been the big attack that he's been making his way through the rounds out on the game tables.
Right.
I'd love to see one of those happen here so we could see it in the live stream, but we'll see. We've missed some really key opportunities so far in the previous 2 matches for the mega attacks that roll tons of dice. Oh, right off the bat, he's denying them all their powers as a really aggressive first turn play.
Citizen Dawn and Bunker.
And well, now I know why he didn't hide in the jungle there. He needs to target all of them with this attack.
want to pick up an attack +1, meaning I did replace it.
Yeah, you replace it at the start of your turn, so you should.
Yeah, so whenever Baron Blade replaces one of his power cards with a different power card, he gets to pick up either an attack +1 or defense +1 token.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, he's going for an attack +1.
He asked for a clarification
Yeah,
on the.
what is the
I
effect
just
on
want to know
regression
what
curse?
the-
Oh, all right, so it's an attack. It's a 4 dice.
Let's listen in.
It's a 3, 4, 5, 6. Origin 0, radius 2, area attack. And if it deals damage to a character, that character must return all its active powers to its hand.
That card.
So we saw this earlier in a
Sounds
different
like they're
match.
familiar with it.
Yeah, we saw that card earlier. Here it is, that Baron Blade's going to try to deny them their very powers. Oh, the 1s go away. But the 6 and the 3 are good. The 1s are both automated, so they leave.
I wonder if he's going to use the attack token there. Yep, there he
No,
goes.
which one?
I will use it on Dawn.
All right, so Citizen Dawn's getting an extra die coming at her. And
All right,
it's
so
a 4.
I'm
Not
done.
bad.
So there's a 3 and a 6 against both of you, and there's an additional 4 against Dawn.
Okay, Truth is going to take the attacks for Dawn.
All right.
Of course.
And let's see, how does this work? My defense is 3.
And then I think you just auto block 1.
Right, so Citizen Truth, as we saw last game, is going to ignore that 6 most likely, and then just
This
block
is
the 2
for-
4s.
Truth is taking the hit for Dawn.
Right, all right.
Okay,
So,
so
3, 4, 6.
4, 4, 4.
And so he blocks all of it, and the
against-
6 is ignored by
and
Citizen
then it
Truth.
says treat 1 die in the attacker's roll is blocked without assigning a blocking die.
Take the 6 off.
So block the 6.
All right, and then you block the 3 and the 4 with you.
Yes.
So, unsurprisingly, Citizen Truth is still the really heavy-duty defensive strategy.
So no damage taken by Citizen Dawn, so she will keep her power cards here.
Yep. Right, and that's the trick there, is even if Truth did take the damage,
sorry, it's just
Dawn wouldn't
Dawn
lose her
doesn't
power
want.
cards. So,
No, it's 6, 3. Yep. So you take 1 damage.
all right, so
and then
unfortunately, let's see, is that Beacon's player, it looks like?
That's Bunker.
That's Bunker, so Bunker has lost a card and has lost both of his powers, so now Bunker has no power cards in play. And now Beacon is hoping to have some better luck.
You roll movement.
Oh, I guess I wasn't hitting Beacon because she's in the woods, of course. That makes sense. So it's just those two, or she's too far away.
She's too far away
She's
for
up on the
being
hills
hit by
there.
it.
So still, that's great. She managed to get rid of some of Bunker's abilities. So.
Okay, so we're on to Bunker, taking his first turn. Hopefully we'll see.
Use expert tactician.
There we go. Okay.
So Bunker has started to build up the attack +1 tokens.
Defense +1 token.
And he's handing them out to his players.
Yeah, this is going to be great. At this point, if Baron Blade were to... That said, they're probably going to use them. So as long as they use their tokens and don't just build them up, Baron Blade can't take advantage of it. But if they just hang on to them, then we'll see the Mad Baron
Right.
get to
And
go.
well, and Bunker does have some attacks that really need
Oh, yeah.
a few attack tokens to
Yeah,
be
and
successful.
I think that if he tries to build up to an Omnicannon, Baron's going to punish him.
All right, so this. You want to roll another token?
So he's rolling an attack. I think he's using the wrong dice, but it's fine. He's attacking Baron Blade, it looks like.
So 6 is Autonomous, 2
And
is
2's an automist, and that comes out. So,
All right, so-
we'll actually replace these with red dice. So there's a
There we
1,
go.
a 3, a 4, and a 1.
And the 1s
is the
don't
attack.
make range.
And the 1s don't make range.
So you have 4 and a 3
and a 4
coming up
coming
against...
at Baron Blade.
Yeah, Baron Blade. So Baron Blade
But
now
I
needs to
am
roll
really glad to
defense.
see in the first 2 turns of round 1,
Ooh, so take 1.
it takes only 1 damage from that.
That's
But
only fair.
First 2 turns of round 1, they're already attacking
Right,
each
this
other.
is a far cry from the last game in which there was a lot of sneaking around to the underbrush. Baron Blade ran up to to be aggressive, and Bunker's going to shoot him back for it. So this is great.
The trusty grenade launcher.
So flat cannon was the first attack. Grenade launcher is going for it now. So that's the thing, is that right now Bunker is rocking turret mode. So the turret
Okay.
mode is allowing him to get all those extra things out. Because turret mode, the last ability there says you can use any attacks in your deck, even those not in play.
So it sounds like that regression burst didn't have much of an effect.
Yep. So it's going to be a 4, 4, 6.
So Baron Blade's going to have to block against that as well. I think he might be taking 2 damage here. Or like at least
Block
1.
5, 3, 2. I block 1.
Oh, so he blocked 1, so he takes 1 more damage.
2 damage.
Oh, 2 more damage. Fantastic.
All right.
And that is all
Those are all your actions.
All right.
You roll movement.
Although if they do incapacitate Baron Blade all the way back where they're starting, he's just going to pop right back up.
He is going to pop right back up, but I mean, this is what a Baron Blade gets for being so aggressive. That said, it's probably worth it for him. We'll see what. At this point, Ambuscade and Absolute Zero can do some things to hopefully save their teammate.
Sure.
So she's switching out for her feedback plating, and is probably going to throw.
Feedback plane.
Yeah.
And what's the feedback card there?
No, that's okay. I don't need to get it.
So I'm gonna move my 1.
Can we bring up that feedback card?
Oh, sure. You want to see the feedback plating
Yeah.
card? Not a problem.
It's not one we've seen Ambuscade use before.
No, he actually used it last game when
did?
Raptorbot hit him.
Okay.
It's the one that we see when we can pull it up on screen now. When
second action,
when
sorry.
he blocks an attack, the
Second
attacker
action,
gains a
I'm gonna
defense
drop
-1 token.
Ah.
And remember when Raptorbot attacked Ambuscade?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that was that card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move and traps.
Okay, so she's moving forward with Ambuscade and then dropping traps in their backfield. I presume we'll see. That card can go away
Yeah,
too.
I think she's hoping that some of these traps can protect Baron Blade. Well, she's really concentrating on Beacon, who hasn't gone yet.
All right, so yeah, Beacon's turn is going to be... Now, mind you, Beacon can fire off her Kriau attack from where she's standing without even having to move. So on Beacon's turn, with all those traps around her, I would probably advise just picking up an aim token and dropping a Kriau on Baron Blade. It draws a line of sight, which she totally has to Baron Blade, and then hits everything in that line. And even if she didn't have line of sight, she could pick up Piercing Eye Beams as her second card. Piercing Eye Beams allows you to hit targets even without line of sight to them, because she can just shoot through things.
Sure.
Here we go, like that.
Okay, so that's Ambuscade's
Oh, the line of sight is
turn
second.
there.
Yeah, still applies, so yeah.
All right. Moving to 3. That is the end of your turn.
We're going to
All
move
right.
on to Citizen
And now
Dawn.
it is on to Citizen Dawn.
Alright, I'm switching my Brisk with Blinding Blast.
All right.
All right, so she's pulled out an attack. That's good.
I'm not going to move. For my first action, I'm going to attack Baron Blade
All right.
with my Radiant Strike.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah, I'd rather see her pick up an aim for that
Fine.
first action, and then the second action use a Blinding Blast, and then the third action being a Radiant Strike, just to guarantee a victory there.
And then
But this is
3 and 5
fine.
are
This is
Automist.
fine. So 3 goes away, so it's just 4, 4, 1.
Oh,
Oh, my Radiant
I'm sorry, it is
Strike.
Radiant
That's
Strike.
okay.
Yep. So
So-
4-4-1 coming at Baron Blade. And actually,
Let's see if he can stay alive here.
Oh, okay.
Do one away. So 4-4.
Okay.
And he blocks it.
Very nice.
Yep. Both black.
Alrighty.
All right. So that was your first action.
Citizen Dawn has 2
First
more
action,
actions here.
second action will be an aim.
All right.
And then my third action will be the Blinding Blast.
Okay, so there we go.
She
That's what
just
we were looking
switched it
for.
around
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
fine. So an aimed Blinding Blast. And Blinding Blast is
Yes,
great because
using 5.
it's an attack, which is always good. But besides just dealing damage,
The auto misses
it
are
also
3 and 4.
yeah, it has auto misses 3 and 4, but it also gives negatives.
So
So whenever the
4's out.
attack damages something,
aiming,
they'll
so it's
gain
all
2
twos.
attack
All twos,
minus
4
1
twos.
token.
Wow. Well, 4 twos. That might still take
It
Baron
still
Blade
probably
out.
will because. So she blocks 2 of it and takes 2 damage.
Take 2 damage.
So she doesn't gain the 2. Baron Blade won't gain the 2 attack minus 1 tokens,
1 point.
but will be knocked out, and that is first blood, first incapacitation for Team Something Cheesy going up against Rock Paper SCA, and that's a point right there. And we're still early on in the match, so this is good to see.
Oh,
So
my
it
movement.
sounds
Yeah,
like
you
Baron
have
Blade's
3
opening gambit of running all the way up to the other team did not quite work out the way
No,
he
it was a
planned.
good move, and I really liked it, but it unfortunately resulted in a quick incapacitation.
That's
so.
true. It could have gone the other way, could have gone for him instead, but there's always gamble there.
Right, right. Okay,
So now Citizen Truth is taking their turn.
Right, so Citizen Truth has a turn now, and really, I imagine we'll just see Citizen Truth do some moving and probably some dodging. So we'll see. Now, Citizen Truth
within line of sight of you?
only has,
No.
so it doesn't have any attacks
Okay.
on his character card,
So,
but he does have
yeah.
2 actions. So yeah, a move and a dodge would probably be the best case scenario. We'll see what he does.
Oh, well, I kind of want to be at least within line of sight of one of you guys. What if I go here?
You can only be in line of sight with Citizen Dawn.
Okay.
Keep it
Okay,
parked
that's
by
fine.
Dawn.
I guess
You
I'm
could
gonna.
move it here, so it would be not affected by radius attacks.
I don't know, what would be the reason
Okay,
for
I'll
maybe
move there,
Citizen
and then
Truth to
I
set off
will-
some of those traps, get rid of them?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, except the Ambuscade's player can just replace them.
Adjacent.
At this point, you're better off
Oh,
putting
that's right, I forgot
Citizen
to do
Truth
Okay.
in a space
I will
that
just
can
take-
see. I would actually scooter over and stand on top of the trap there that's in between Bunker and Citizen Dawn, so that Truth can see can defend both of those two.
Sure.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, because it can
Well.
take the attacks
Now
for
we're on to turn 5.
fellow.
Looks like they picked up a dodge token for Citizen Truth. And we're on to Absolute Zero.
All right, so Absolute Zero is changing out his power cards, it sounds like. Or actually just adding a third, adding a fueled freeze.
So I have a movement of 6. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All the way up.
Your first action.
And from there, he can see
right,
Truth,
and then
he
I am
can
going
see
to-
Bearblade's corpse, he can see
Can I
Bunker.
put
And he can
healing
see
structure
Beacon.
on top of one of her traps?
Yeah, absolutely. It technically was under it, but yes, you can do that.
Okay.
So we're going to see,
In
just
that
like the
case,
last game, we're going to see those impaling strikes right under the traps.
But they're being more aggressively used at least
They
now.
certainly are.
So,
Healing structures.
Rather than being used defensively, they're being used aggressively.
yeah.
It's a big trap.
And the last game we had piles and piles of traps and impaling structures left and right.
And then, since I have +1 to radius, I can move it underneath him.
No, the first one has to start adjacent. That only affects radius attacks. It doesn't affect
Okay.
that. You should have just.
Then I'll start here.
Yep.
And then this one goes under him.
Yep.
And it goes under her. And then,
Move it towards bunker.
yeah, I'll do it here as well.
Cool. Make sure you put the trap on top for the other
Yep.
one.
Great. So he's put out some great traps
Yep.
there, and
then I'm
the
going
ice
to burn
structures.
a health
He's
point
at least forcing Citizen
use
Dawn,
thermal
and
shockwave.
oh, great.
It's not an action.
This is not an action.
So for free,
Which
he's doing a
means that I
thing.
can hit
I mean, for free, it's
radius
dealing him a
+1.
point of damage
Sure.
to do this.
I can hit here, here, and then I can hit here as well.
Yeah, because he does have radius +1, so
It's normally 2, and I
So he has a
+1
radius of
to
3.
fuel freeze.
So he's going to be able to actually hit. So it normally has a radius of 2, as you can see on the card there. But his card, Fueled Freeze, is increasing his radius by 1.
Wow.
So he's spending a point of health to roll 5 dice against Truth and Dawn and Bunker.
I think that's a pretty good move.
That's a very good move. It's a very
I
good
hope
move.
it pays off for them.
This is a very well played.
You know, Rock, Paper,
Absolute Zero.
SCA told me they did not have a problem with time, and now I can see why.
They play aggressively enough that either they're going to win quick or lose quick.
That's true.
It's the Iron Legacy strategy. Okay, so the 3s all go away, and the 2. Oh, that's
The
rough.
3s and the 2s. So 5 dice reduced all the way down to 1.
And unfortunately, that cannot hit Citizen Truth. And so Citizen Truth is going to be the defender against that attack for himself and for Dawn and take no damage. So it's just the 5 going up against Bunkers, all that's left.
Yeah. So defense 3.
Very technically, you don't have to roll.
Oh, really? Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Oh, because it auto
block.
blocks. Okay. So should I roll regardless? No. Okay.
auto block.
So I auto block your 5,
There we go.
and then. Well, do I still have to roll for truth though?
No, it auto blocks twice.
Oh, it auto blocks
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only
Okay.
has
Does all
because he
damage
did.
get redirected to truth? Is that how that
Well, that's what
It has to
his
be
ongoing
radius
power is.
3 and
Within line of sight.
Within line of sight.
Yeah, it has to be
Yes.
like- yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right, so
That's
Bunker rolls defense, and Bunker does block it with that 6.
Yes.
I still like that attack.
No, it was a very good move. The dice were not with him.
Yeah.
But it was an excellent choice. I would have done a similar thing in the same place, so that's great.
Oh, that's true, you did.
Yeah, so I roll movement.
Yep.
I roll 2 dice.
Yes, and you roll them in there.
Yep.
All right, so his movement is 2. Oof.
And I'm done.
And that's Absolute Zero. So Absolute Zero has also run up to jump in the foreground. Team Rock, Paper, SCA is deciding that the battle is going to happen right there on the front step of Something Cheesy's fortress.
It does limit their mobility. I mean, where are they going to go now? There's nowhere else for them to
Beacon
choose.
doesn't really need to go anywhere, although she can't shoot at Baron Blade anymore. She'll have to
Okay,
move or
so
something to get to
I kinda
Absolute
wanna
Zero.
Replace
She may have to step on that trap right in front of them.
this with this, and then I can give you a turn. I can give you an action.
Oh, it's true. So she
Yeah.
can run up and give Bunker a free
Right.
action.
So I would have to trigger her.
But see-
What would my action?
Sneaky
My
trap.
action would be, I could use the tactician. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because I can't,
Oh, yeah.
I can't really attack anyone.
Okay.
So
No,
Bunker is claiming he
you
can't attack
But
anybody,
can't
but
you
Bunker
use any
could
action in your
totally grenade
Use any
launcher
attack, but I
at
can't attack him, and she's
Absolute
covered.
Zero.
Oh crap! That's right. So that doesn't really help us that much then.
Does the grenade, then because the grenade launcher doesn't require line of sight.
And
Right.
how many of the
There you
traps
go.
again are active?
I believe it's 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Sounds like
the only
they're
other
trying
thing
to
I can do
decide
is
the
move
odds about
out and
those
try and
traps.
hit.
Yep, you've got 4 live traps and 6 decoy traps.
So I can't do anything. Do that.
I'm always
Do that
amused
so that
when a
you're
character, when a player will say, I have no options here, I can't do anything. With Beacon, I would probably just take a step over to the side,
So that's my power up during my
or
surge,
fly up
and
here
defense
and get
plus
close
1
to
token.
absolute zero and pull off an attack. Beacon has a movement of 2, so she could move and then sprint if need be. And she's got Fortitude, which is going to defend her against traps and other things. So
I'm going to.
I
move.
feel bad that players have a sense of hopelessness at times, but at the same time, there's
I'm
still
gonna move
options.
2, but this triggers before I go here,
Yes,
right?
it does.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm gonna.
I'm interested to see that she's triggering the
This
trap that's
triggers.
next to Baron Blade. Hopefully it's not an explosive.
got-
It is.
Yes.
All right, so both
That was a
bu-
great
So what's the
placement.
attack?
It was a good placement. So both
The
Beacon and
attack
Bunker.
is 4 dice. It is area attack, origin 0, radius 1. So it just hits that square, right?
Yeah.
Not bunker.
No, radius 1 hits all the ones around it. So it actually hits bunker as well.
It's bunker. But does it hit the other traps around it?
No,
To
it
trigger,
has
okay.
hard targets.
Okay. So it hits both of them. I roll 4 dice. 2s and 4s are auto misses.
All right, so here we go. 4 goes away, but you've got 6, 3, 3.
Coming at both of you, both at Beacon and Bunker.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, so the 6 blocks the 6, but those 2s can't touch those 3s.
It looks like he's blocked 1. Spending a defense token, I
Right.
assume.
So 1 damage for Bunker and for Beacon
See
now.
Beacon.
Beacon's got 5, so it can't block the 6, but can block 1 of the 3, so 2 damages coming through at Beacon. Oh, rolling attack, a defense plus 1 token, so maybe you'll be able to prevent one of those damage. And can
There's
prevent
a
one of those, so it
6.
only takes 1 damage.
All right.
Well,
That's a
I don't
good-
think he takes any damage, actually. It was 6-3-3. And he rolled 6-4-5.
You are 100% correct. That's a great defense plus 1 token that allowed him to actually bump up to the next one.
I'm going
Well
to
done.
choose an adjacent ally. Beacon and that ally each take an action now in any order. Now, if I use this, does that mean that I have to use another action?
No,
Dodge.
but you can.
Ooh, I can dodge. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So-
you're gonna dodge.
Beacon is
Yeah.
realizing that it's
For you.
going to
Thank
pick up a
you.
dodge token,
I would use
and
Expert Tactician.
Bunker is going to use Expert Tactician to hand out some tokens. This is really exciting because they're all picking up lots of tokens, and this is right before Baron Blade's turn. I hope that Baron Blade stands up and uses a Devious Disruption.
Right.
They hope he
I'm
doesn't.
sorry, but that's my last action.
Do you think
so
maybe they don't realize,
now
or they're
I can
hoping
move
he
them.
won't?
I think maybe they don't realize, even though it's been happening in previous games to state, like,
And I
the
can-
accumulation of tokens without spending them is a risky business.
And I'm done.
All right,
So
sounds good.
everybody can flip.
Here comes Baron Blade. Let's see what he
So
chooses.
Baron Blade
Stand up.
resuscitates.
If Baron
So
Blade
that-
uses that attack, it'll be a 6-die attack because there's 2 defense plus 1 tokens on Beacon, 2 defense plus 1 tokens on Citizen Dawn, and an attack plus 1 and a defense plus 1 token on Bunker. So if he manages to do that off right now,
From where he is, I think that would be a really great idea.
yeah, and it's an area attack, so we'll see what happens.
I'm going to play Devious Disruption.
There we go, Devious Disruption.
And for my...
When you play that, are you gonna get a token?
No.
When you replace an active power card, so no. And then,
So Devious
for
Disruption,
my
as we can see
action,
here.
I will pick up an aim.
All right.
Oh, he's picking up an aim. Good. Now, just
Can reach everybody. And I think
Well, he could
my-
move
so here we
before he
are at
does
the
this.
top of round 2.
Use it.
He
So
could
that's
move.
going to pick up all of your attack plus 1s and defense plus 1s. How many is that? 6.
I would aim it against Bunker, because Truth is going to take it for Citizen Dawn.
Yeah, I will. Well, but Beacon will dodge, so the aim would be most effective. But
He doesn't
What
have
would you
it.
think about Baron
Yeah.
Blade
Alright.
moving
He-
forward
yeah,
before he takes
okay,
his
yeah, well,
turn?
It's
well,
not
attack
necessary.
against,
The card Devious Disruption has a radius 6, so he doesn't.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to hit Bunker and Beacon with this.
Right.
So for
And it
Bunker,
doesn't
it's
have
all
auto misses.
5s.
Well, what are auto
There are
misses?
none.
Oh, okay.
So for Bunker, it's all 5s.
So it's 6 5s against
6
Bunker.
5s.
Wow.
Okay, 6 5s against Bunker.
So Bunker rolls his defense and blocks one of them.
All right, so 1 is blocked.
Takes 5 damage, and that is
And
an
that's another
incapacitation.
incapacitation.
So there
Great
we
job,
go.
Rock, Paper, SCA. Baron Blade with blood again.
Right, so that is 1 incapacitation for both at this point, because didn't they incapacitate?
Yep.
Yeah, so
I-
something
I
cheesy
moved
should have a
him
point from
away.
incapacitating Baron
Baron
Blade
Blade.
earlier on in the
When he
match.
comes back up.
Well,
he
sure.
can
I
go
move him onto the open impaling structure.
Okay, yeah, there. Cool.
Oh, wait.
It's worth-
We can,
It's
if he
worth-
comes to life on one that I know is a trap, then the trap would have to be.
Right.
Right.
When it comes to life, the trap would activate.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's on the side.
All right, somebody put Bunker down. There we go. So Bunker is out.
Well, I think what they were just discussing was that
So now
they
the other
pushed
tank has to be resolved
Bunker
Yep.
onto a trap.
Exactly. That's a good
So
move.
Dawn, and it hits Beacon as well.
Okay.
Is that true?
It's radius 6.
Oh, so yeah,
Yes.
absolutely it does.
So now we'll see Beacon.
Truth is going to take the hit for Citizen Dawn.
Right.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
we're rolling
we're rolling
so
with
Truth
that
ignores
first.
one of the
Okay.
fives, but still has to block
You can
against.
negate one of the dice, but not the rest of them.
So Truth blocks one of the
We
fives.
should probably take those other defense die out.
You want to take out the other dice so they
Are-
don't get confused.
They're doing that right now.
Three
Okay.
threes, a 4, and 2 5s.
Okay.
So this isn't all those sixes like
that's
we
right,
had
Truth
before.
five, right. No,
All
wow,
right.
that's great.
And I auto block 1,
So
and
the-
then I've got a 6/5/4.
Right, so
So that blocks 3 more.
3.
So he
Four.
takes- So
I
he
take-
takes 2.
2. Okay.
and Citizen Truth actually has
Truth,
a
my
pile
bad.
of hit points. So
And now you roll for truth.
yeah.
Okay.
And do you want Truth to dodge?
And Truth is going to dodge.
Okay, let's see how this defense goes.
All right, 6
6,
6
6.
Block 4.
If I throw again, you take 2 more damage.
Okay.
So Truth is barely alive, but alive.
And then Beacon.
Being a punching bag.
Does Truth want to? Truth can't see me.
Okay, so
Nope.
here's
Never mind.
Beacon is going to roll a defense
So
as
I've
well.
got 3 defense. I'm going to do dodge.
All right, so oof.
Blocks only one of them.
A 2 and a 1. So I block 1 of that.
You can
re-roll.
Oh, I dodged. That's
Roll
right.
sixes.
So it's 3
it's
sixes.
6s. So I
So he takes
block
3 damage.
3 and take 3.
All right, so that was a fantastic.
Wow.
Once again, devious disruption from Iron Blade. If you let him build up to it, he will take advantage of it.
I wonder if they're going to be able to use Expert Tactician again now that they see
They
what,
might be a
one
little
turn-
gun shy, yeah. Now, that said, we're in a really great shape here. That's 1 victory for each of them. Beacon's taking some damage. Absolute Zero's taking some damage. Bunker's going to hop back up pretty much right now because Baron Blade still has an action left, but after that, it'll be Bunker's turn. So this is still a very tight match, and we still are only just barely 20 minutes into it.
Well, we want to kind of...
It seems like they're thinking about Baron Blade retreating a little bit here. Yep, there he goes.
You're going to move over there. Yeah. All right, that's your final action.
All right,
Good. And then roll
so
movement, and your turn is over.
Okay.
Truth can see.
Yes.
I have a feeling something cheesy is glad that turn is over.
yeah, that was a very good turn for Baron Blade, and I'm glad to see that we got to see a good devious disruption for Baron Blade.
As soon as Bunker stands up, well, Bunker will get to play a power and stand up.
Power first.
Roll for your movement.
He's doing his power phase, so Bunker is picking his first. He's rolling, moving, and he's picking his first
Oh, wow.
card. Wow,
Quite a lot of movement for Bunker.
speedy Bunker, yeah,
We'll see
indeed.
if he uses it to chase down Baron Blade.
Okay.
He's going downhill.
And he's going to pick a power card now.
So I'm guessing we're not going to see Expert Tactician again.
Probably not, although at this point they can safely do so because Devious Disruptor is a one-shot, so we're only going to see Devious Disruptor come back if Baron Blade is incapacitated. So he's picking up External Combustion, which hurts him to deal damage to an area, so he's got a plan pretty clearly. He stands up and the trap goes off, and it's an explosive, so it does explode.
And no one was surprised.
I was a little surprised.
Were you surprised?
A little bit.
That is a little surprised.
See?
6 6 5.
Wow.
All right, so that's External Combustion, which is the card that Bunker just picked up, and it allows him to vent off a lot of damage, but it deals him a point of damage. But it doesn't cost an action.
So it looks like Bunker is taking 1 damage from that trap. He had a really good defense roll against an excellent attack roll on
Yeah,
the trap.
that was beautiful rolling all around. He's moving with that giant movement all the way up to there.
Looks like Absolute Zero might be his target.
All right, so from here, he's got 2 action. No, he only has 1 action left. He only has 2 actions normally. He has a 3rd action right now that's a leftover from turret
So
mode.
that is 5 dice, auto missing on 1 and 6.
So he should only have 2 actions. So he has 1 action left.
Yep, there we go.
And
Looks like he's attacking with
And there are
something.
no auto misses. So it is 1 3 3 5 5 coming against Absolute Zero.
all right, so that's the External Combustion, which is the free attack. And now that did deal Bunker a point of damage to use
Not
that.
a great roll.
Not a
there.
great defensive roll. So
But-
Bunker should have 1 more hit point of damage, and then that is a
Wow.
pile of damage for Absolute Zero.
3 pieces of damage on Absolute Zero.
I'm
He's
going to
quite
lose a
close.
life
Right.
to use external combustion.
Yep, and then another one.
Yep.
Good. So this is not an action. So you've used both your actions, but you get
Right. And this is an area attack, origin 0, radius 1. So
Yep.
it hits absolute 0.
Yep.
No auto misses.
Yeah, 3 dice, no auto misses. They've got to be rolled in there. All right, 1 4 4. 6, 3, 4.
There we
So-
go. Oh, so the 6 can block the 4,
Yeah,
and the
they're
4
all
can block the 4, and the 3 can block the 1, and Absolute Zero
Okay.
remains
Still
standing
Wow.
barely.
Just like the last game, Absolute Zero hanging on with
Hanging
one
on
hit
there,
point.
and which means that if we get around to Absolute Zero, he might be able to do a Coolant Blast. However, I think Citizen Don might punish him.
And now
That's
we're
true.
on to Ambuscade's turn.
All right, Ambuscade. What are you going to do? Those traps have been pretty effective. They've made some good work in the
They've
backfield.
certainly been more effective than we saw in the last turn.
They're being used more aggressively.
That's true.
That's going to be the difference significantly. So
It's all about placement and how you try to get your enemies to move around.
Ambuscade's considering their options very carefully.
I don't think you can get.
And trying to figure out what they can do here.
What about this? Just, well, I'd have to get to line of sight. So I'd have to be adjacent.
You can get there fast enough.
Oh, no, I can't.
Some interesting strategies here.
Bunker with the
You know, now that I've seen Citizen Truth take so much damage for Citizen Dawn in this game, I think I understand why the players in the last game were trying to kill him so hard.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you want to get rid of Citizen Truth, you can do movement things to separate them. Or if one character is turtling, if one character has a super high defense for one reason or another, be it
Right.
they're using Citizen Truth or they're bunker and they have a high defense or something like that, just focus fire on the other characters. That's the thing is that
That's
there's
true.
always going to be a target. There's always going to be a weak link.
Another
And-
incapacitation you can take.
Right, so it's like, fine, Citizen Don, you don't want us to kill you? That's great. We'll kill your teammates instead.
In this case, well, it looks like they don't have line of sight all the way to Beacon. There's some forest in the way. But if they did, I'm sorry, that's Baron Blade. Ambuscade is all the way on the other side.
Yes.
So Ambuscade's got to make some great strides in order to get line of sight anyway.
Yeah, Ambuscade can probably run up to get to where Absolute Zero is pretty easily. Ambuscade currently has a movement of 3, but only
Bunker
has 2
is standing
actions.
right there next to Absolute Zero, so that might be a good option too.
Yeah, Bunker is on oh, yeah. So Ambuscade could run up 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I think at this point for Ambuscade, firing off that explosive launcher, he's looking at explosive launcher, and we can pull that up so we can look at what it does. The explosive launcher card gives him the ability to fire at an area, and then it does a radius 1 attack around that, and the origin is 5. So you need a line of sight to the origin, but if you can pick a spot, like maybe perhaps get around to the other side and fire that down the angle to where Bunker is, that might be good. Or actually, from where he is, origin 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. He has a movement of 3. Drop that attack right on Citizen Truth, and it would hit both Truth and Dawn. So even if Truth takes both of those attacks, there's a good chance of knocking him out. And if you do it in the right order, where you attack Truth first and perhaps knock him out, then you go for Dawn second. But we'll see what she picks. It looks like she didn't pick up that card. In fact, for Ambuscade, she picked up a cloaking device. So we're looking at perhaps moving the traps around a bit. Yep, moving the traps around and then going into stealth mode is what it looks like we're going to see here. You. And that's explosive launcher again for some reason. And
Right.
there it's gone again.
Set them out.
Okay, let's see how they redeploy these explosives. They were pretty effective the first time.
Do whatever.
They don't, but they stay on the board for when I come back. Because the traps are an ability.
The ability still.
Yeah, abilities are
You can rearrange traps.
Yeah, end your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, as you take the tokens back and put them out there again. So it costs you another action.
Okay.
Okay.
So it looks like they're going to redeploy the traps here.
I thought once you put them out, but you couldn't.
Now you can replay the ability. Or the power.
Now, I know a lot of the characters have flavor text. Where do we see the characters' biographical information?
Actually,
Favorite colors, pets?
That information, to a degree, is all in the backs of the panels. The character panels have full history and bio write-ups on the back of them, so you can get a lot of information about who the characters are and where they come from and what their motivations and so on and so forth are, just from the backs of their panels. So they never see it coming into play in the game. They're always, face up. But
Sure.
you've got a considerable amount of text on the backs of each of those. So.
Favorite foods?
For Tachyon, that's pretty much everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
eats.
eats a lot.
Have to keep up that energy.
Exactly, she's got that super fast metabolism. All right, so Ambuscade's placing the traps over there.
You can stack traps.
Yes. Yeah. You can stack both traps.
Interesting to see how the first two incapacitations
She's
happened pretty
really
quick here.
concentrating on Beacon down there.
But, well, I think that she wants to
Alright.
dissuade
Well,
her
those both.
opponents from stepping in and attacking Absolute Zero.
That's
However,
true.
the next turn is Citizen Dawn, and what I'd like to see Dawn do is make Truth step forward onto a trap and blow up the traps with the hope of killing Absolute Zero.
Wow,
'Cause he's standing
that
right
would be
next to
pretty
Jeff.
devious.
That would be, that's what
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt
And that's-
Citizen Dawn at all.
all right.
And then now it is turn 4.
All right, so Ambuscade's second action was to use this cloaking device and disappear, but now we're on to Citizen Dawn's turn.
But the impale.
They're discussing those traps there right in front of Citizen
Oh,
Dawn and
so
Citizen
they don't
Truth.
activate.
They just
Okay.
They're just duds?
Yeah.
Okay, so they just,
Go around.
But
Still
the
go.
impaling structure that she's standing on.
You will no, not unless she ends her turn.
I have to end my
Okay.
turn there, yes.
Yeah, if they, what they're discussing now is those impaling structures. If
Okay.
they end their turn on them, okay, so she moves all the way under there. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
going to go
that's
for
first
Citizen,
movement is- or movement's my first
Absolute Zero
action.
right off the
Do you
bat.
have mobility?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
And I'm
Yeah, and
going
what they just
to-
referenced there is that Citizen Dawn has an ability that many characters
This one?
have called Mobility. You can see it right here on the Citizen Dawn panel.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
And Mobility,
all right.
that is not the Citizen Dawn panel. Let's try that again. The Citizen Dawn panel. And that, anyway, it says essentially that she
Okay. I'm gonna
ignores
use blinding blast,
ignores
I get
elevation when moving.
5.
She can move up and down elevation points.
there
There we
it
go,
is.
under levitation.
The absolute zero, yes.
Whenever she
My auto misses are
moves
3
up or
and
down
4.
elevation, she doesn't have to actually pay extra
It looks like
points
she's
of movement to do
attacking
that.
Absolute Zero.
Yep.
All right. So 225 coming at Absolute Zero.
And the defense roll blocks it all. Very
Wow.
nicely done.
Okay.
Still holding
And
on.
then my third action will be my Radiant Strike.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. 3 and 5 are auto misses.
All right.
So just one.
All
So,
right.
and Radiant Strike is
Doesn't
attack.
Okay, so
block
that-
them.
Oh, I used my Radiant Strike.
Right.
So that is 2 damage, so you get a push of 1.
So it knocks
up
out Absolute
one.
Zero and shoves
Good.
Absolute Zero one
So I'm
space.
gonna push him there.
Yeah, put him on his own traps. Not necessarily his
Into
traps,
the
but his
open?
team's traps.
Sure.
All the impaling
Oh.
structures disappear.
Yeah,
Okay.
disappear.
So these go away because I've gone away.
Right.
Are they not going for the trap structure anymore? That's too bad.
That's a good way to get rid of killing structures.
Okay,
Think of the
so
source of the problem.
Absolute Zero gets shoved over that way, and that is another
Okay,
incapacitation
so I'll
for
do my
something
roll
cheesy.
movement.
So they are
Yes.
up 1 incapacitation. It's certainly not in the bag, but things are looking like they might be able to pull out that win,
and then-
similar to what we saw from the first round from them.
Absolute Zero is about to stand up, and he's in good position to attack Citizen Dawn, who's moved away from Citizen Truth.
It's true, and if he only has 2 actions, but if he uses a combination of,
Within
well, you only get
line
1 power, but perhaps like a thermal
Okay.
shockwave might be.
Or in
What's in
Bunker's
order?
line of sight if you want to draw it off a bunker. It's up to you.
Yeah, we don't want to group them too close, though.
Right.
The
What if
only-
I just go back here?
I would go here.
Yeah, I would go
There?
back
Looks
one
like they're
more.
discussing
Okay.
where,
Right
yeah, Citizen
Action
Truth is
one,
moving all
and
the way
then
up there.
My second action
So,
will be to dodge.
not sure that
Yes.
Citizen
And
Dawn
push.
would be a good target for Absolute Zero. Bunker might be a better
There's your
choice
turn
in
5.
this
Absolute
case.
Zero revives. So you've got to get your health back. Yep. Reroll movement.
All
There
right,
we go
so-
with Absolute Zero coming back. He's going to be choosing a power, and just 1 power this time.
Right, he only gets 1, and yeah, knocking out Absolute Zero is really a big deal because since Absolute Zero can have 3 power cards in play, knocking him out and making him just have 1 sets him back. It'll take 2 more turns for him to get fully back up to completely
That's true.
operational. Absolute Zero and Omnitron are both slow build characters, unsurprisingly. We've got some consideration here for what they might be doing.
For human shields, weakening.
Rock, paper, SCA, they did have 2 incapacitations, but everyone is
Does
back to full
carryover damage
health.
carry over to Dawn?
Like if truth were in.
No, it doesn't, because Truth is
Okay.
taking the damage if it
Okay.
hits it.
So if any, I mean, getting rid of Truth is worth it, but it won't, she'll choose to roll Dawn's first and redirect to Truth, and then just have no roll for Truth.
Right.
But still.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's worth it to get rid of Truth, even though you don't get a token.
So I got us last time.
Because she won't be able to replace it for a while.
So interesting what you're talking about.
Until she's
It's being worth it to go after
incapacitated.
Truth, whereas my preference would probably be to have Absolute Zero move and shoot an attack at Beacon. I think that because Beacon's behind that wall of traps, they assume that Beacon's not viewable, but just moving through the woods would allow you to have a good shot at Beacon, or moving up to the woods to attack Baron Blade are both.
I would rather kill.
Sorry, not Baron Blade.
Well, yeah, they don't
attack
wanna attack
Bunker,
Baron Blade.
not Baron Blade. Sorry, but to move into the woods, attack Bunker.
Yeah, I don't know that I would waste 6 movement just with one move there.
Yeah, if Absolute Zero moved over to the other dot of woods and fired on Beacon,
Looks like he's made a choice.
Put out Thermal Shockwave, move to there,
All right.
burn a health.
All right. So you move as your first action,
Yep.
and then
So
you're going to burn
to
it out
move,
to Thermal
Use
Shockwave.
Thermal Shockwave, so I roll 5.
there we go. Is attacking 2 characters. That's what I
And
like
I
to
miss
see.
on 2s and 3s.
All right.
Oh, the 3 goes away, the 2 goes away, but you got 6-4-1.
It is 6-4-1.
That's not
That is
bad.
going to be Citizen Dawn and Bunker.
Yes.
All right, so for Citizen Dawn, Truth will make the 6 go away and roll defense against the 4 and the 1. But we're doing
Goes
Bunker
Bunker
first. And it blocks the 4 and the 1, but not the 6. So Bunker does take a point of damage off that.
There. All right, and then you can roll for Citizen Truth.
All right, I'm gonna use my dodge.
Figured you might.
And Citizen Truth is dodging just in case. And the 4, it's all blocked,
Yep.
actually.
You blocked.
All right, so,
But Absolute Zero does have one more
right,
action.
and I'd like to see Absolute Zero use his Cold Snap on Bunker.
Yeah.
That's my other option.
Against Bunker.
There we go.
I mean, her dodge is gone, so I mean, yeah, bunker.
But we have 2 incapacitations. You are flanked by them. We are not going to last.
Yes.
Yeah. Jenny
I
is
think
100% correct.
What
She is
your
reading the
movement?
writing on the wall.
other option
6.
is to move.
Well, he moved already.
Yeah, he already.
Oh,
moved.
he
I could
already
sprint.
But we wouldn't get very far.
I wouldn't be very far.
Yeah.
Just attack bunker.
I think
Yeah.
the attack is better.
At this point, their only hope is to take out Bunker.
Yep.
Hey, that's a great attack.
4.
Wow. Pretty good roll.
And Bunker can stop one of it, looks like.
Take 3. Knock
And
out
that's a
Bunker.
knockout for
Wow,
Bunker. That
great
is a tie-up
job.
of the
Now you get
incapacitations.
And Bunker is knocked out. And then
We are all tied up here.
That is beautiful.
What a great decision to make that attack.
That's absolutely correct. And now we're going on to Beacon's turn, and Beacon's surrounded by traps. So at this point, it is still absolutely anybody's game.
3.
Yeah.
And I am.
I don't know if this is the kind of game where you sit on the edge of your seat, but I am very excited.
I only ever use the edge of my seat.
I use the edge of my seat because I'm short.
That's also true. All right, so Beacon looks like she's going to switch out of power, perhaps? I would not get rid of Fortitude if I were her, especially... Well, it depends on if she's planning on walking through the traps or not. If she's not going to walk through the traps, maybe she doesn't need Fortitude, but I'd leave Fortitude up,
So,
stride through some traps.
Can't Beacon fly? Can't she just fly over those traps?
Those traps have an area sensing device on the top that looks straight up into the sky infinitely and then fires all of the explosive shrapnel really high up into the sky.
Like an electric fence for a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Yeah, no, that's an entirely fair question.
I'm just gonna.
They're just trying to figure out where
So,
she wants to end up here.
Right.
I assume
No, it
she's
will when I come
setting
back
off
in.
some of those traps.
yeah, looks like it.
Like 4 of them.
Make it to that point, yeah.
And I'm going to use choose an adjacent ally beacon, and that ally each take an action now in any
And
order.
Hibiscus is not on the board. Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
Oh,
So traps go off. Okay, so trap goes off.
can we rewind since we didn't know that?
So,
Since we were working under the
yeah,
assumption.
yeah, you can rewind because you
Okay,
didn't
so
know.
it's not an action.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it was an action.
So the traps do still take effect,
Yeah.
whether ambuscade
Ambuscade.
has been on the board or not.
Yes.
Those traps are there until ambuscade either redeploys them or chooses another ability.
Yep.
So should I switch?
So
okay,
they're
this is what I
totally
have at the beginning of the
rethinking
turn.
their
Because
options.
whether or not Ambuscade is on the board, the card Rigged Explosives is still in
leave
play,
this
and that is the
out,
thing that
gain a
governs whether or not
defense,
those traps
and then-
explode.
Okay.
And then just use my regular atomic glare. Okay. So now.
You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to avoid the
What?
double trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Avoiding the double trap's an interesting choice. So 1, that we'll stop there
2,
and see
3,
if it's
4. So this one starts.
Okay, that one goes off first.
And it
And
is
it's
a dud. Good,
2,
good.
3, 4.
Interestingly, purposefully stepping on that.
That's
And it's an
That's the
explosive,
explosion.
but that explosion is going to
Okay.
hit.
Citizen Dawn
so-
and Absolute Zero.
Yep,
as
and
well.
Beacon.
I'm gonna roll 4. 2s and 4s are auto misses. It will hit you and Citizen Dawn.
right.
And
Absolute Zero.
And Absolute Zero.
Okay.
All right, so this is interesting. This could change a lot of things. So first off, let's see. Ambuscade is going to make the attack here.
So what
2s
is
and
it?
4s on auto misses, so the 5 and
Twos
the
and
1
fours.
is all that's
All right,
left.
so the 2 and the 4s removes a 1 and a 5.
So it's not as bad as it could be, but it's still damage coming at
So
them.
you can choose the order in which they defend.
All right.
which is quite relevant right now.
1 and a 5. So I can choose.
The order in which the different characters defend. It's relevant right now because Episode 0 is one of the defenders.
Yes.
Right, so you
he's
go
not-
last.
I defend last.
All right.
Not so relevant for them.
No.
No.
Whichever one you all want to roll first. I don't care.
Okay.
I think that's probably a good decision having her ally roll for defense last,
Yeah.
just in case he takes the damage.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be killed by it because
Oh,
he has.
wait, they can redirect to Truth. Truth can redirect anyone in line of sight.
Line of sight is
3.
Okay, sorry, then
So
it does matter. Then
Have
I'm
it
going to
Citizen-
have
Citizen Don should roll the defense first.
you roll first.
Yeah, and I hope
Citizen Don.
There we go.
Dawn.
So that way, Citizen
Okay.
Don, there's a chance that
Don't
Truth
have
could
it
get
dodge.
knocked out by it.
Oh, thank you.
So. All right, and in fact,
Takes the damage.
Nope, because the 5 can be ignored by Citizen
Oh,
Truth.
it's an auto.
You're right.
And so Citizen Truth takes no damage, and now
Yes.
Citizen
Yes.
Truth will roll against it again for the sake of Beacon.
And then Beacon
Wait,
rolls.
but then can't Citizen Truth take it for? Or
Yes.
is that-
Yes.
Okay, she can do it unlimited.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
at
gonna
that
roll
point,
for-
Citizen Truth is going to roll again and ignore that 5 again and be unable to fail
one
to
time she
fight that one.
Okay.
So,
So no damage from that trap.
That trap was completely negated by Citizen
Maybe
Truth.
you don't die.
And here goes Absolute Zero. Also blocks it.
Yeah, very good.
I think they're relieved.
Now Beacon still has an action left.
Okay, so now. I'm
So
going
Beacon's
to bolster
hoping-
the Team up. Choose an adjacent ally. That's you. We each take an action now.
All right, so bolstering team up makes Dawn select an action.
you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to attack Absolute Zero with my Blinding Blast.
All right.
3.
So looks like Beacon is making an attack
And my
here.
autonomous are 3 and 4.
3 and 4, there's a 4, and that's it.
No, it looks like we're on to
That's 6, 5, 5, 2.
what? Oh, right, because
Looks like she's
she allowed
attacking.
Beacon allowed Citizen Don to make an action,
Absolute Zero with
Yep.
2 damage
So
coming
my
through.
action is going to be.
and that was all from Citizen Don just there.
All right.
So 4. 3s and 4s are auto misses.
The 3. Oh, jeez, goodness.
So the 3 auto misses. It's 3 6s.
And I assume this is all coming at Absolute Zero. It
Yep.
is.
All right.
And that is an incapacitation. Very well done.
What a great game.
That is a knockout, Absolute Zero's
Good
knockout
game.
victory for Something Cheesy. Again, we see Something Cheesy win twice, and they will be going on to the semifinals. They have 1 loss in their record, but they have proven that they have some chances of coming back. And well done to all of our competitors there. Great job.
I really like seeing the aggressive strategy of
Yeah.
that game. They all came out real fast.
Absolutely.
It looks like it didn't really work out quite as well as Baron Blade had hoped.
Yeah.
But still, they came quite close. There were a couple of places in there where it could have gone to rock, paper, SCA.
Oh, certainly. That was like right up into the end there. Everybody's turn had a chance at victory, and both teams played very well. And that was a great match. Very fun to watch. Very well played by both teams, and it gives me a lot of hope for the future of the semifinal rounds, which will be coming up soon. We're going to take a quick break, then we'll come back and look at brackets and look at what the semifinal rounds are going to look like.
Stay with us.